A coder from nothing climbed his way to the top. Now he's the richest man in China. No scandals, married to his college first love, and always a little bit nervous on stage.
I'm very happy to be in China, to be in India.
He's a true geek. So who is he, and how did he do it? Lei Jun was born in 1969 into an ordinary, even somewhat poor family. But he was smart and hardworking, earning a place at Wuhan University, one of China's top universities. During college, he read the book called Fire in the Valley, which told stories of Silicon Valley startups in the 70s and 80s. After reading this book, Lei Jun found his lifetime goal: to build a company that changes the world. To free up time for his ambitions, he completed 4 years of coursework in just 2 years, often studying late into the night. By his sophomore year, his assignments were so good that they were included in the textbook. He's a born coder. However, his first startup ended in failure, a total disaster. So he had to get a job at a research institute. For most Chinese people, this was lifetime security. But Lei Jun wasn't the type to settle. Just 6 months later, he quit and joined a small software company called Kingsoft, becoming a 6th employee. At Kingsoft, the company initially thrived in the office software business, growing to over 200 employees in just over a year. And Lei Jun became its CEO at age 28. But when Microsoft entered the Chinese market, the competition became fierce. To fight against Microsoft, Lei Jun led a team to develop a new software. For 3 years, they worked tirelessly, with many employees giving up stable jobs to follow him. But when the product launched, it flopped real hard, nearly bankrupting the company. The company shrank from over 200 people to just 20-ish employees.
当时我也特别的痛苦，我觉得那是我遭遇的第一轮的痛苦。
This painful failure taught Lei Jun the importance of listening to the users. A group of brilliant programmers had built something that users didn't even want. And after that, Lei Jun started visiting retail stores to talk directly to the customers. During these visits, he noticed many people asking for beginner-friendly computer softwares. As a skilled coder, he couldn't understand why couldn't they just buy the book to learn. But this was the value of talking to the customers. Their needs were things he would never have thought of on his own. Once he saw this demand, Lei Jun acted quickly. He launched a beginner software, and its sales far surpassed the project they spent 3 years developing. It was then that Lei Jun truly understood the key to product development. Over his 16 years at Kingsoft, he gradually led the company to success in office software, antivirus programs, and gaming. At that time, software piracy was rampant in China. Lei Jun made a bold move. He slashed the price of legitimate software to 1/6 of its original cost, allowing users to enjoy authorized products at nearly pirated prices. This strategy not only won over the market, but also became the core of his business philosophy: value for money. But he focused too much on fighting against Microsoft, missing the internet trend around the year 2000.
我们要跟微软死磕，磕了3、4年，环顾四周，发现你啥也不是了，大家都忙着做互联网去了。发现我们的所有的努力好像没太高的价值。
But still, in 2007, Kingsoft went public. But Lei Jun chose to step down as CEO. As he put it, I finally paid off my debt. At 38, he was financially free. He didn't need to work another day in his life. But he wasn't happy. Kingsoft could have been bigger, and he was frustrated that its market value was so low in comparison to internet newcomers like Tencent and Baidu. With all the money he had, Lei Jun still felt like he was a total loser.
到了40岁，觉得自己一事无成。
40岁一事无成，手拿大笔现金，这叫一事无成。
对，这对一般的人是没法理解的。大家就觉得你有点装嘛。
对呀。
所以我有一次讲完了一个真话被骂惨了，你知道吗？所以大家觉得你装，其实不是，就看你的追求是什么。如果你从小就想做一件伟大的事业，然后到了40岁，你觉得你不伟大，所以你的内心的挫折感是很强很强的。 所以我就在想，我还有没有勇气，我还有没有决心重新干一回。
Lei Jun was never one to sit still. To pursue his dreams, he spent 3 years as an investor, trying to find the next big thing. This experience gave him a deeper understanding of the importance of riding the trends. In 2010, Lei Jun made his comeback by founding Xiaomi. The name Xiaomi, which means mallet, was inspired by the phrase mallet plus rifle, symbolizing a humble entrance into the smartphone industry. He believed mobile internet was the future, and the smartphones were the perfect medium.
我们说，未来世界是以手机为中心的，我们要用手机连接所有设备。
But Lei Jun had no hardware experience. He had studied programming in college and spent 16 years in software. But that didn't stop him. He aimed to integrate software, hardware, and the internet into one phone, cutting out middlemen and delivering products directly to users through efficient e-commerce channels. Lei Jun's charisma played a huge role in Xiaomi's early days. He recruited a team of 13 highly skilled and experienced individuals. On April 6, 2010, Xiaomi was officially founded. That day, the team raised bowls of millet porridge, toasting to an uncertain but promising future.
2个星期前面试了一个我们高管推荐的，他的简历接近完美。他在一家重要的供应商，大概他接手的时候是900万美金一年，然后4年干到了2亿美金的生意。我说你是挺牛的，他说我有能力把稻草卖成金条。我跟他说你跟我们价值观不符，我们不需要把偏用你。这个人还很得意洋洋跟我谈了8个多小时，我靠！我今天创办小米，我不想做一个坑人，而且我也不喜欢把稻草卖成金条的。我们不需要，我们靠每天就像农民种地一样，我们种一天地，一份耕耘一份收获。我们不做坑爹的事情，哪怕这种人在市场上是非常受欢迎的，这不是我们哲学。什么叫真材实料？什么叫和用户做朋友？如果你有一天知道你的朋友是把稻草用黄金价卖给你的时候，他是你的朋友，难道我们真的习惯了尔虞我诈的生活吗？我们能不能有一个公司真的值得你信赖呢？真的是你的朋友呢？
Xiaomi's first smartphone launched in 2011 with top-tier specs. Usually, these phones sell at 4,000 to 5,000 price range. And what's the price of Xiaomi?
产品进到足够便宜的价钱。
Within 22 hours, 300,000 units were sold out. Lei Jun's most optimistic estimate had been selling 300,000 units over the phone's entire life cycle. But Xiaomi achieved that in less than a day. After that, Xiaomi's rise was rapid. In just 4 years, it became China's top smartphone sellers and the third largest globally. Lei Jun had built a company in 4 years that was worth 70 times Kingsoft, the company he had worked at for 16 years. And of course, Xiaomi's journey wasn't without challenges. When the company went public, it broke the IPO price. On his darkest day, an investor stormed into his office and berated him for hours. Lei Jun could only sit there quietly and endure the criticism. For a long time, he left his office at 2 a.m. every day, trying to find a solution. But then he adjusted his strategy. He realized that relying too heavily on e-commerce had left Xiaomi with almost no offline presence. So he began opening Xiaomi home stores across the country. Despite thin profit margins, Xiaomi compensated by expanding its product lineup. Xiaomi's product range expanded to include TVs, power strips, electric scooters, rice cookers, air conditioners, power banks, and even more, covering almost every electronic product you can think of. It became a brand that touched every aspect of daily life, offering affordable yet high-quality products. Lei Jun's value for money strategy disrupts multiple industries. For instance, he found traditional power strips ugly and outdated, so Xiaomi introduced a sleek and budget-friendly alternative. Within months, the entire industry was forced to upgrade their designs. Of course, Xiaomi doesn't manufacture everything itself, and some of the products are not that good. Through investments and partnerships, Xiaomi built an ecosystem with over 200 manufacturers, many of which have since gone public. It looks like Xiaomi doesn't need to make drastic change, but in 2021, Xiaomi faced US sanctions that threatened its core smartphone business. Although the company eventually won the legal battle, the experience was a wake-up call for Lei Jun. What if the US stopped supplying critical components? Where would Xiaomi go from there? The answer was clear: the car industry.
对我是挺痛苦的。那个时候我已经在想什么时候退休了，这就意味着我忙得不得了，这就意味着我需要亲临回去当小学生，学习每一件事情。
In 2021, Lei Jun announced Xiaomi's car project. While some people were optimistic, the most were skeptical.
我决定了亲自带队，这将是我人生中最后一次重大的创业项目。我愿意押上我人生所有积累的战绩和声誉，为小米汽车而战。
Lei Jun took personal charge as CEO of the car division, relearning how to drive and test driving every car he could. At the age of 50, he even got a racing license, testing Xiaomi's car in extreme conditions. After 3 years hard work, in 2024, Xiaomi's SU7 hit the market, but the doubts only grew stronger. Experts claim that they will be lucky if they can sell 3,000 cars. They said, if Apple couldn't do it in 10 years, how could you do it in 3?
我咋知道苹果为啥10年不成？
And yet, SU7 sold 10,000 units in just 4 minutes, 50,000 units in 27 minutes. And a year later, Xiaomi launched SU7 Ultra, 1,500 horsepower, same as Bugatti Chiron, which cost $4.3 million, but SU7 Ultra only cost $74,000, and people went crazy.
最后呢，我们定价呢52.99万。
With the success of these cars, Lei Jun became the new richest man in China. With all the money he has, he still carries the geek vibe and remains friendly. Some people admired him because he embodied success through hard work, talent, and some smart decision, not through family connections, government ties, or ruthless tactics. Unlike many entrepreneurs, Lei Jun is humble and down to earth. When his English was mocked, he laughed it off.
Hello, thank you very much.
He welcomes criticism and manages his social media himself. As he put it, treat users like friends.
我觉得小米最骨子里的东西就是和用户交朋友。
This attitude has won him countless fans. It's the humility and lack of arrogance that have arguably made him China's most likable billionaire. Some say his image is carefully staged, but if somebody can fake it this well, I'd still tip my hat to him.